like in school, I always tend to start tapping around on stuff. My teachers don't really like that. A lot of times I don't realize I'm doing it, but I'll just be sitting there just on my desk or something. Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it really. It just kind of happens. Or the other thing that really ticks people off is if you're shaking your legs all the time. Yeah, it happens. So I guess percussion, you can use anything from an old garbage
what do you
can
specifically call that thing that you shake so I can...
Well, I just call it a shaker here.
Oh, okay.
And then
I didn't know if there was a specific name for it or...
Not especially. They have some that are produced with special names to them, but I usually use it's like a little egg, and it's got just a real nice tone to it. But I actually couldn't find it this morning.
Oh.
And then we have the djembe here, and with the djembe, you can get a whole mess of sounds out of it. Everything from real low bassy stuff in there to your highs there and a little bit in between. Then you can even do other stuff with like palm muling when it's like stuff like that. So there's quite a bunch. Sometimes I'll even use Brain's guitar as percussion too, like. So I just play something track.
All right, well, we have a phone call as I understand. We actually had it a couple minutes ago, but if... caller, are you there? No? Are you there, caller? Are you there, caller?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I love it. I have several questions, though.
All right, go ahead.
Well, first I would like to make a comment, and that is, well, I would like to wish Mrs. B a fast recovery. She has the flu, and she's a dance teacher that my grandchildren go to. But I have a comment, and the comment is, the young man that mentioned that his teacher doesn't like it because he jiggles his knee all the time. His wife will love it. When you have children, one of the first things you learn to do, if they're a little bit fussy and you're holding them, you jiggle your knee up and down, and it kind of calms them when they're sitting on your knee. I'm an old woman now, and I still tend to jiggle my knee because I did it so often for children when I was younger.
You should be a drummer.
And now I only had... Listen, I just tuned in fairly recently, and it sounded kind of on the countryside. Stand By Me. Do you play more country or more modern pop, or I don't know the terms for some of the modern music, but what do you play most of?
Actually, we kind of try to stay away from country.
Isn't Stand By Me kind of countryish?
I'd call it more poppy.
Oh, well, I'm further up than I thought.
Maybe it's with the acoustic
It's probably
sound.
maybe the acoustic sound sometimes gives it a little bit of a country folk flair. But we do.
Well, you have a very nice sound, I'll have to tell you that.
Oh, thank you.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And do you hire out?
We do.
And what is the name of your band again?
The name of the band is Eclipse.
Eclipse. Oh, that's a nice name. I like that. And now, what town are you predominantly out of?
We're from Bemis Point, New York.
Oh, Bemis Point. Well, there's lots of bands there, I'll bet. Because don't they have, in the summertime, there's always bands playing at the, is it the casino?
Floating stage?
The surf club, the casino.
There's a whole bunch of them there.
The floating stage is
yeah, all you have to do is drive through town, and you don't even have to go in. You can enjoy the music.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I certainly enjoyed your sound, and I wish you all kinds of luck, and you're a very talented group of young men.
Thank you.
You need a woman, though. You know.
You gonna give her a shout out, Brandon? Brandon's got a woman here.
Also, you were mentioning the instrument that you called the shaker.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not positive on this, but it might be that the shaker, because the only place I had ever seen it before, well, no, that's not true, because I think India has shakers too, but the North American Indians had shakers all the time when they did their ritual dances and so forth. So they made their own shakers, of course, but I think they probably had corn inside theirs. Or maybe wampum pebbles or something.
Yeah, there's some real nice different types of shakers that they have out there. This one's, hold up again, this one's pretty basic. It's made by LP, Lab Percussion, but they have the real traditional ones are really great. They just have, a lot of them have a great sound to them.
Well, in school, my granddaughter, last year they made a shaker, and they used a paper towel tube, and they put macaroni inside it, and used it for their music class, made their own shakers. So anyhow, it was very nice. I certainly enjoyed it, and good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. If you contact Reed, and I know everybody knows who Reed is, probably except these people because they're on the other end of the lake.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he'll give you something.
Okay. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
You. I guess one question I was noticing in your last song, My Wonderful Father, he was having a trouble figuring out which music was playing which, and I was just wondering if you could give him some sort of tip on how to tell which solo from which solo.
Well,
because I know you were doing a solo, I believe, and he was on Jackson and
doing
something.
Jackson doesn't take many solos.
I don't do solos. They're not really in my vocabulary.
So if you hear the, that's usually me. And if you hear the, that's usually Jackson. And Jeff plays drums, so he doesn't, Yeah.
I was just noticing my dad was having a little bit of trouble, and he's always had, no matter what it is. I guess maybe specifically with music. When we filmed the Bluegrass Festival and stuff, he didn't know what instrument was on at any time. But I guess my next question is, when you bring your drum set, you have a little thing on the bottom of your kick drum that says Eclipse on it. I was just wondering where that logo came from and how you specifically put those on your drum set.
Well, that, you want to take this, Jackson?
My dad has a friend named John Hitchcock who does graphic design in Jamestown, and my dad just took him like, hey, what do you want to do? We have the band called Eclipse. Do you have any good ideas? And he drew up a sketch for us, and we liked it. And then we printed out some stuff with the logo on it. So that's kind of how that came about. And
then how we got that onto the drum is I just bought a new bass drum head, and the Hitchcock, he's the guy that just put it on there, and then I put it on the drum.
Oh, okay. So that just comes off then.
Yep.
Maybe you can explain some of the different parts of the drum. I know the bottom part that you usually see most bands' logos on is called the kick drum.
Yeah, well, you have your kick drum, then you have your snare drum, which is usually the one that's like right in front of you there, and it's the one that, not that I'm going to be able to explain it that well, but it makes the rat-tat kind of sound.
Rat-tat. Like what you normally see in a marching band. You think of a marching band besides the
kind of like that.
bass drums.
And then you have your different cymbals. You have your crash cymbals, your ride cymbal. Then you have your hi-hat cymbals, which is, generally, if you're a right-handed drummer, you'll have it to your left here. And then playing like this. And then you have your toms, which are just about everything else. In my setup, at least. The kit I play in the park for our Mayville gigs is my Eclipse kit, and that has three toms to it, and those are located above the bass drum, and then one on the floor. But my kit that I use for our band Forward Motion, I actually have 5 toms in that with a rack system, so they're held up by metal rack instead of off the bass drum.
So there's a different type of drums you can have. There's not just one specific set.
Yeah, but in my case, generally, most drummers only have one set, but in my case, the Eclipse set was my old set, and then I upgraded to the new set, and it's just really big. It's, let's see, how many pieces to it? It's a 10-piece DW kit, so it's, when I say pieces, like I'm counting the drums, so it takes quite a bit of time and effort to tear it down, because I have it set up in our living room, so I have to tear it down, take it there, set it up, play, tear it down, take it back, set it up again. So it takes a lot more time than my Eclipse kit. That one, most of the time it's already packed up, ready to go, just because I don't have room to have 2 drum sets set up. It'd be kind of nice, but yeah.
All right. I guess the next question was, you guys got the opportunity this year to play down to the floating stage with your band. You call your praise band the
Forward Motion.
Okay, Forward Motion. So, and normally that goes to your parents?
What do you mean goes to?
Normally your parents' band is the one that plays down there?
Oh, well, my parents aren't actually, well, Jackson's dad is in the band, but it's usually our church's praise team. And we do 3 Praise on the Lakes a year. That's what it's called when we do the church service on the floating stage. And
there's 2 praise bands at our church. There's the adult praise band, the main sanctuary, and then there's the youth praise band, which is our band Forward Motion, which we have up in the youth room. So that's the difference between those 2.
And for the 3rd Praise on the Lake, our senior pastor and youth pastor thought it would be a cool idea to have the youth praise band Forward Motion play on the floating stage, and we did, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really cool experience.
And we did film that and put that on Channel 5, and
Thank you
it turned out nice, and I enjoyed it. Some of the other things you do then, so you mostly just play at your church then with that band?
With that band, we play out. We've played at Camp Chautauqua a couple of times. Mission Meadows, we play out quite a bit.
We do a lot of retreats. Play
And,
for those.
and our youth group, when our youth group goes places, we go with the youth group as a band. And we played at the Flip Side, I think. Yeah, we have.
In the Gateway Center.
The Gateway Center. We've played out quite a bit with that band, actually. Yeah.
So besides music in the park, what other things does the Eclipse Band specifically do besides some other hires? Do you have a normal yearly gig that you do besides music in the park?
5th grade Halloween parties.
We usually play at the Flip Side in Bemis Point for holidays, or Christmas and Halloween and things like that. We have little parties down there. It's our youth center down in Bemis Point. So
Across from the fire department there.
Oh, okay. So when you do that, I just have one quick question, specifically the ages of each of you. You all look like you're around 20-ish. That's also what I thought with Mr. Zook, but yeah, I'll be sending him to the Meadville Senior Center very soon, along with my father. But
That's 2. 2 today, wow.
Yeah, so
don't worry, I'll this will be my last show ever, by the way. I won't be surviving after this, but it's okay. So, just what specifically are your ages?
I am 16 years old.
I'm 18, and Jackson here is going to be celebrating a birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Jackson Graham.
So I will be 17.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, we've got about 15 minutes left, and I think what we'll do is we'll have you play another song, if you can think of another one.
Oh, we got it covered. I got a list.
You have the